Hello, I am Lizzy with Long Distance Gamers. We are a group of friends who play games remotely due to us living states away. Today we are taking a look at King of Tokyo. What do I think about it? And more importantly, how do we play it remotely? Now before we get started, there are two different sides. The random side, which controls the game, they are the side that for sure has a copy and will play the game much like normal. The remote side is the side that may or may not have a copy. We will be going over how the remote side sets up and how the remote side plays the game. So this is how the remote side sets up the game. We have all the cards stacked in the different cost for the energy. We have each player with their dials. And I have them always separated so that there's enough room to be able to put the Energizer cards in between. And of course, the actual Energizer tokens can just go beside the player boards. And then what the random side will do is they will tell you what cards come out. They will first say the value of the card so you know which stack to pull, and then the name. So for instance, this is called armor plating. So you would just pull out all three of the cards that start. If you do not have a copy of the game, you could either write down the special powers, or you could ask for clarifications when the game is moving on, or try to remember, whichever works best for you guys. And then if you do not have a copy of the game, we just use standard D6s to replace these. You just agree on what side stands for what. For instance, we have the 1, 2, 3 standing for 1, 2, and 3, 4 for energy, 5 for the paw, and then 6 for the heart. That way you can roll normal D6s on the remote side so that you can get a full good experience of the game. Throughout the game, after you collect these, you will say when you want a card. You would just vocalize, hey, I want to buy the number 3 heal. All sides would take 3 energies away from your stock, put them in there, take away the heal, and then to replace it, the random side will do as they do for the beginning of the game and just say the number. So for instance, it would be 3 camouflage. So you'll pick up your stack of 3, find camouflage, and stick it out. Now, if all sides do have a copy, that is when we would pull in the power-up cards, and each side would just keep track of what cards they are in charge of, and just let the other sides know what they are playing. And if it's a continuous effect, remind them throughout play sometimes, especially if they ask, which if we would play it, I would just make it so that there'd be enough space to put them by the players and then have their energies right above it. For updating, every side just updates the dials throughout game, and so you can just always be able to see what everybody else is at as far as victory points and health is concerned. So that is King of Tokyo remotely. As you can see, it is completely playable with only 1 copy, which is fantastic, especially if you're in a gaming group with a budget, or you normally play in person and want to try remote play out. What do I think about the game in itself? It is a fun, just dice chucking game where you can try to thrash the other players down to 0 or try to nick your way up to the victory points and just come out ahead. So King of Tokyo is a great filler game and I really enjoy playing it remotely. But hey, throw some dice, have fun, and be you. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to us. We would love to hear from you.